Okay, so that was a bit strange yesterday with gold dropping as much as it did, and I think silver was green. So let's just cover everything starting off with the DXY, which itself has been acting. Well, I mean, one thing I noticed on Tuesday here, gold went up and so did the dollar. That was a little rare, let's say, not strange. It's a little rare, but I mean, you can expect that from time to time. The first thing I'll point out is the fact that DXY, everything is closing within this descending. And by the way, it retested this support 102.6 roughly here. Yeah. So that was, I think the technicals are correct. I'm not going to add anything extra. I think everything I've got here is correct. By the way, today at 2:30, we have, initial jobless, we've got GDP, so that'll move everything. So let's see what happens. But for now, DXY is holding within these technicals. Yesterday it was a drop. It was big red. It was a red day, but it did bounce quite well off its lows. So it wasn't the worst day for the DXY. I wouldn't say it's bullish or bearish. I would actually say I'd stay neutral. Slightly bullish, actually, just from how much it bounced off the lows. The fact that it's retested this slightly bullish, even though it's a red day. Let's look at interest rates because I said that there may be a scenario, although it sounds strange, where interest rates go up, like sideways up, whereas the US dollar goes sideways down, although they usually always act together in lockstep. Yeah, okay, the 1 year doesn't say much, but look, we're outside of the descending. So normally what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to go back up, and obviously resistance will be the last high, which coincides perfectly with the other high. So there you go. That's all you need to know about the 1 year. But the 1 year is a bit strange. The 2 years, when it starts to get relevant, look at the 2 year, just like the DXY, went down, tested. I guess that's support. It's a line I've had for a while. Happens to coincide with yesterday's low, but look at that. Really rallied well. Obviously today it will move, but let's see if we go up. This will be resistance. Just from what I can see now, it's the high, but also imagine you start to move up. We're going to hit the descending. It's about here. So for me, that's what you've got, resistance. I feel like yields already from the 2 year onwards are starting to outperform the DXY just from yesterday onwards. Let's look at the 5 year. Look at yesterday, closed all the way up here, best close in a while, right below resistance. So that line's correct too. But again, yields outperforming the DXY 10 year, all the way up here, best close in ages. Looks like it wants to go back even higher, right? Let's be honest. Unless the news surprises to the downside, however the market interprets it, whatever. 30 year, same as the 10 year, up to new high close, compared to the last couple of weeks, all the way below this major resistance, which kind of equates to the 10 years resistance up here, in my opinion. So the point is yields. I mean, look at that. If the 30 year starts to move up again, we're going to be starting to go, in this kind of territory, 4.6 or wherever. DXY will follow, but I feel like number one point is yields are outperforming the dollar. I think that's good for us. I think that makes sense too because yields need to go up because of inflation, but the dollar shouldn't be going up. Like inflation is bad for the dollar, right? Let's remember the fundamentals. I know the market is completely upside down, but maybe the market is starting to slowly get back upright, where yields go up because inflation's a problem. The dollar, okay, tries to go up with yields, but the dollar is losing because it's losing to inflation. So let's see how that pans out. I think it's very early. It's just something I've realized the last couple of days, but I think it's only started the last couple of days too. So yields up, dollar sideways. Let's look at commodities. Copper, this was pretty impressive. This took me by surprise. I mean, the dollar wasn't, okay, it was red, but it wasn't that red, right? It rallied off its lows, whereas copper just went all the way up to its highs and closed at the high of day. That was, I mean, I thought there'd be a bounce, but I didn't expect this strong in 1 day. Next stop is back to this level, 3.95-ish. All right, maybe or something like this, give or take a few cents, whatever. So copper, very impressive. Obviously, copper follows the markets and the dollar, but yeah, still that outperformed. And there's news today, so but let's see, 3.95 should be on deck now for that. Natural gas, I mean, at least it's rallied off its absolute lows. That's the least you can expect. A little continuation, gap fill. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. This seems to have been a level in the past. Support, it wasn't really resistance. But I'm just gonna keep it because honestly, it baffles me a bit. So I'm just gonna leave. I don't usually do this. Leave lines that used to be levels, but were then sort of nullified by recent moves. But I just feel like they're general areas. Let's see. Let's see. Honestly, I'll leave them in. But anyway, natural gas should go up a little bit more because this is absurd. And it works off its own its own elements, let's say. Oil, this is doing at least what I expected, so this should continue. I'm sure news will impact it today. So if markets drop and dollar goes up, yields go up, you probably have oil go down. But otherwise, all things aside, it should just go up. And remember, for me, a close above 76, we go to 80, and we're already venturing outside the descending, right? Yesterday, we did close below the descending according to my little picture, and I think it's pretty much correct. So one more day. That's why I want 76 extra confirmation. So if we close above 76, honestly, we should go up as long as all external factors don't have an impact, like news. So it looks good. Oil looks good. Uranium, yeah, so we bounced off this gap fill. Yesterday was just a sideways day. I know that's a pretty bad close, but it's not exactly bearish for uranium yet. So just sideways up, right? Until we close below here, like below 29.50, I don't see why it's not going to just continue grinding up. I'm sure the market now and then will have a little impact, but there's nothing changing this thesis or even the technicals. So again, unless if we do close below 29.50, then the next support is this ascending, you know, and I don't see any point in looking after that. The next one would be below this line. So the lines are here. Maybe this should be moved up here, actually. I don't care what was before because what's more recent is more relevant. So those are the lines. 1, 2, 3. Platinum, yeah, not the best day yesterday, right? Gave back so much to actually a red day, but today, again, it's a bit like natural gas. This one's just come down so much that you just expect it to bounce a bit more. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the expectation that it should rise a bit more. I'm sure news can just crash that theory. Palladium exactly the same as platinum. It's come down way too much. It should bounce a bit. You can see we've already taken out that resistance a little bit. I mean, higher support is not acting as resistance because it's ridiculous. That would be here. Just because we close below this support doesn't mean that we're not going to go through resistance. So, and this descending is actually irrelevant now. So there you go. Okay, gold, silver. So gold was doing fine. It was holding 2015. I still think 2015 is a bit of a level. I mean, I actually thought yesterday we would close. Let's go to the 3 minute. Why not? I thought we would close above 2015. You can see how it's sort of, you know, it was a bit strange yesterday because the DXY, it was up and down. It was down and then up a little bit, but gold came down. It's not the craziest move, right? But when we take a look at silver, the difference between the two is strange. And it's strange again how the miners just took their cue from gold rather than any influence from silver. But look, it's not like we're closing below 2000. Today will change the picture, I think. So either we close above, honestly, I think we can. I hate adding extra lines, I really do. But let's be honest, the high of the last 3, 4 days has been completely 2040, right? Below 2040. So a close above 2040 is very good. A close below, I think 2015 is nullified just because of yesterday. I'm going to get rid of it, although I remember that number as relevant for the last couple of weeks, maybe. But 2000 and 2040, I think those levels to watch. Let's see what happens with the news. But yeah, yesterday was a bit strange that gold took such a beating. It's not a huge beating, but it shouldn't have gone down with what was happening with the DXY. But yields, maybe it was the yields. Maybe silver followed the DXY and gold followed yields. Maybe there was some big bank doing something. I know that there was some strange attack on some short. I don't know. Maybe there was something with some institutions, and then the rest was just technical momentum. But it was a bit strange. Anyway, let's see. Today, the picture will change. So for me, The new levels are 2000 and 2040. Let's just say that. Silver, I wish silver went down with gold actually, because the GDX has got beat up so much. Again, I prefer the metals going down, the miners going up. But anyway, I think silver technically did exactly what I thought in terms of the levels. This I can delete. It's done its job. On the way up, you can see this descending. Look at that. It tagged it and closed way below. So that's nice. And now we're rising. Obviously, it's irrelevant what happens. It's irrelevant what happens right now because of the news that's going to come up. But if we close above this descending, that's pretty encouraging. But for me, it's really this one up here. This is like the 2040 of gold. 2350, a close above that. Then we can start going up. So let's close above this descending. And maybe we tag this today if it's bullish for the metals. I don't know if we're going to close above it. That might be asking a bit too much. So those are the two levels. Yeah, 3% is asking too much in one day. So let's close above this descending. Then let's close above 2350 on the upside. On the downside, let's at least make sure we don't close below this 2185-ish zone. So those are the three lines to really care about. But again, silver was up, gold was down. It happens, but yesterday, there's something strange about yesterday's move. The miners, again, this is horrible, horrible candle. Imagine silver up and you see that. That doesn't make sense on its own. That's a bearish engulfing, right? Look, we're trading right above. We were doing okay, right? At the beginning, gap fill was done. I thought that was going to happen, but I didn't expect this ridiculous retracement after. Look at that, it closed below yesterday's low of day. Honestly, normally when you see that, it's going to go lower. I don't know if, yeah, let's see. Maybe there was some institutional rearranging or something. So we didn't close below this line. At least there's that. I mean, if we closed below this line, that would have been the most mother of all bearish engulfing, and you're almost guaranteed to keep going down. And also something we've got to consider is, our mine is going to drop with the markets, or are they going to go up against the markets? Are they going to act inversely? That would be great because markets are at absolute all-time ridiculous highs. That would be ideal. That would excuse the whole move down and all the weakness we've seen the last couple of months even. But if we do go down, hopefully we go down less and outperform. But anyway, for now, let's see how we react to these numbers coming out. And but still disappointing. All right, GDXJ. Let's look at GDX. There wasn't much difference. Let's be honest. Exactly the same thing. Close at absolute low of day. I mean, again, not below this line here, but still, it just didn't really make sense. Still J, same thing, but actually outperforming on the way down. So actually by quite a bit, right? It's pretty visible outperformance. So, and that's silver juniors. That doesn't really make sense either. But then again, no, it does because it follows silver more. So at least you have the silver miners, not going down as much as the sort of, let's say, gold seniors, relatively speaking. So still, it didn't really make sense. So let's see what happens today. All right, I don't want to overrun on this video. Good luck. That was strange, but maybe today the picture is cleared a bit. All right, good luck.